The LA Dodgers have no answers for the Toronto Blue Jays. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Bad for Baseball, the baddest baseball podcast on the internet. I'm Adam Peddle, joined alongside by Nicholas Paleolog. We've been watching every single game of this World Series, and the last two, the LA Dodgers just look like a completely different team. Like, this isn't the juggernaut team, the Goliath everyone called them that they were talking about. This looks like a mismatch, honestly. We're going to break down some of the stats and give you some of the reactions that we have for this series and look at the Toronto Blue Jays and how they're doing it. But before we do, make sure to hit that like button. Also, consider subscribing to Bad for Baseball. We watched the games, every single one. The last two, like I said, they look like mismatch. And what are your thoughts after last night, beating them 6-1? Like, it looked so easy for the Blue Jays. Like, I thought the Dodgers were supposed to be amazing.
Well, they were never behind for a single pitch, right? The Toronto Blue Jays had two leadoff bombs on the first two pitches of yesterday's ball game, and then they did not look back, and LA just simply could not respond, right? They only scored one run, so you could argue that the game was over on the second pitch.
Yeah.
Which is insane, right? And this is the LA Dodgers lineup that gets paid hundreds of millions of dollars that should be elite. But to be completely honest with you, they look really tired. They look kind of rusty right now. I mean, it looks like they beat the Milwaukee Brewers too fast. And then they had that time off, and they let their bodies kind of relax a little bit, and now they're struggling to find their way back into baseball. And I'm serious, folks. Like, this doesn't look like that scary LA Dodgers lineup that everybody claimed it to be. Yes, Ohtani is a demon, and Ohtani, let's face it, Ohtani didn't allow himself to relax after that Milwaukee Brewers series. I'm sure that he was straight in the gym the following day, just keeping himself warm. The rest of them, though, what's going on, boys? Freddie Freeman had that walk-off homer, which is certainly, something to note right there, and that's kind of elevated the OPS numbers. Teoscar Hernandez, he's got an OPS of 830, but if I'm being completely honest with you, couple of the hits, actually both of the hits that we saw from him yesterday, very fluky, little ground balls that just either squeaked through the infield, luckily, or a kind of squibbler with infield hit. So they all still count, but
it wasn't commanding. It's not like an exit velo of 100. Like
exactly. Like, it's not like we're hitting these balls, as laser beams right here and they're running into outs. Now, we're just kind of lucking ourselves into stuff. The rest of the guys here, though, what are we doing? Mookie Betts. He looks horrendous right now. Dave Roberts came after, said he's pressing. I think that's an understatement.
Yeah, like, it looks just awful right now, and I don't know if it's the age catching up, because he didn't have a good regular season for his standards, for Mookie Betts standards, and like Freddie Freeman, he had that one homer, but he looks really slow. Like, it just looks genuinely slow. And I said this to you before, like, the Dodgers this series, their 2 wins that they've gotten, feels like you needed to have miraculous, like, Hall of Fame performances to get those wins. Yamamoto in Game 2 literally gave you 9 innings of 1-run ball. Yeah. That was enough. Like, you didn't have to go to the bullpen, Dave Roberts. He didn't need to make a decision. Yamamoto won that ball game for you. And then it took you 18 innings in Game 3 with Shohei Ohtani, the greatest player on earth, getting on base 9 times, hitting 2 homers, to then just scratch and claw for a W. The other 3 wins, though, in this series for the Blue Jays, easy, no problem. Like, on any given day, it looked like it was just an easy, wrap it up. Like, you got 2 runs the first game, 2 runs on the 4th game, and then 1 run last night. It's because this lineup is just not deep enough. Yeah. Whereas you're looking at this Blue Jay lineup right now, in the World Series, Addison Barger with a 1.1. You got Vladdy with a 1.1. These are OPSs. Then you got Kirk with a 1.1. And then even the guys who don't have these sexy OPSs, they're still putting the ball in play. They're still finding hits. Ernie Clements got a batting average of 318. Then you got Bo Bichette with a bum-ass knee, 313 batting average. I mean, even Dalton Varsho in the middle of that lineup, he's popped a homer. He's an OPS of 801. They're getting the job done up and down that lineup.
And there's something to be said for batting average too, man. I know that we live in a world of baseball where it's all about there's so many other underlying numbers and metrics and everything like that, and I do think that there's reasons behind that. But there's something to just getting hits. And right now, the Toronto Blue Jays have just been significantly better in that category, which was their strength walking into this series. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't expect the LA Dodgers to be batting 200 as a team.
What?
Because like the strength of the Jays was not the pitching at all. We just assumed that LA would be capable of hitting our pitching, but that's not the case, right? When you have a 60-point difference in batting average, you're going to see a wild difference in ERA, and you're seeing that right now. Effectively 1.5 runs additional for the LA Dodgers and less for the Toronto Blue Jays. And this isn't what everyone said it was going to be. They were saying it's like this LA Dodgers pitching staff's fucking historic. A 4.58 ERA is historic.
That's not good. That's not good.
That's literally below league average over the course of a season, let alone the World Series.
Yeah, and you could point again. Yamamoto's been the only good pitcher in the series. You could maybe argue Roki, but Roki's come out one time.
Yeah, we haven't really seen Roki.
I'm shocked that Dave Roberts actually didn't use him last night too. And people have been saying this in Dodgerland. So if you're a Dodger fan here, I'm going to address this for you. No one's been liking what Dave Roberts has been doing because your best guy in your bullpen, he's come out one time. He's come out one freaking time, and it was an 18-inning game. Because you look at the guys who he brought up after Blake Snell, who, mind you, Blake Snell, it looks skewed right now, but those runs were inherited. They came in to score. He was giving you a quality start up until that. You bring in Enrique Hernandez, which wasn't really your dude. He throws 100, but no command on the guy.
And also, just to jump in there as well, those inherited runs, correct me if I'm wrong here, was some of that from the shitty catcher play from Will Smith?
Yeah,
I remember, and also Henrique as well. I remember Henrique yanking a 100-mile-per-hour pitch over to the frickin' Mary Brown sign, and we walked in to score.
We just walked in to score after the Vladdy walk, and then you bring in Bonda, who's been terrible this postseason. I know Trinan's not doing that well either, but Dodger fans are screaming, "Where's Trinan? Where's Roki?" You got to get to the 9th inning first, and you're not getting there in a critical Game 5 that's basically a wild card series. So, and I hear you, he's made some mistakes, but so as you've brought up before, John Schneider's made some mistakes as well, not walking Shohei Ohtani in that Game 3, because Blue Jay fans have been saying, well, if you would have just walked Ohtani in Game 3, we would have already wrapped this thing up by now.
Already done, right? Yeah. We'd already be winning, which I would have appreciated.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I'd like a break.
The reason why, for me, yes, I would be. If I was a Dodgers fan, I'd also be putting some blame on Dave Roberts, but I don't actually think it makes that much of a difference. Okay, yeah, you bring in Roki and whatever. We're still having a batting average of 60 points higher than you. Well, maybe you bring in Roki, 2 additional times, so that lowers our batting average by, let's just say he goes insane. It lowers our batting average as a team by 10 points. Well, we're still batting 50 points higher than you.
You gotta try.
You have to eventually get an offense going. You just don't have it, right? You got embarrassed by a rookie yesterday. How did you let that out? That's not on Dave Roberts. That's on that LA Dodgers lineup. You should not be allowing somebody who gets paid $57,000, albeit with incredible stuff. He's got great stuff. He's got incredible, but this is his 7th or 8th start in the MLB, and those guys are making hundreds of millions of dollars and have MVPs upon MVPs. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's embarrassing for you because it is a rookie, but also got to give a lot of credit to Trey Savage here. The stuff is unfreaking believable. He's making Ohtani look stupid. There's that one photo of him on his knee with his helmet flying off and Trey Savage looking away, walking away. That's aura right there. And again, in World Series history, 12 strikeouts, 0 walks. That's the most strikeouts by pitcher with 0 walks in it. In World Series history. Stuff's great. Arm angle's great. Splitter's unhittable. And that's the big difference right there. In Game 1 of the World Series, he didn't have the splitter. That's his best pitch through and through. He threw it 10% of the time just because he didn't have the command. He went 4 innings, gave up 2 earned runs. But in this game, splitter was perfect. He was dropping it in for strikes. He was dropping it in on the hands on the lefties like Ohtani, swinging over top of it. He was dropping it down in the way, too. It didn't matter. He was playing with them. He was toying with them all day. A 22-year-old toying with the greatest player in baseball. So, yeah, hats off to Trey Savage.
Yeah, right now, folks, if you're an LA Dodgers fan, things aren't looking good. Now, I do want to say that anything can happen. I know
anything can happen.
Jays Nation right now is hype, and they are feeling themselves. But let's look at this series, right? What happened? Well, we won Game 1. Jays won Game 1 commandingly, but then the Dodgers won 2 in a row. And then the Jays won 2 in a row on the road. So winning 2 in a row is that's kind of
very doable.
Very doable.
And
it can easily happen, right? So LA is not out of this, but you are going to need to see way better performances from that offense.
That's what it comes
if
down,
you want to have, that's what it comes down.
Yeah.
The whole narrative was, well, can Toronto, like, we just assumed that LA's offense would hit Toronto's pitching. And it's actually been the vice versa. It's like they haven't been able to hit Toronto's pitching, and Toronto's hitting has been able to hit their historically good pitching staff, which was never supposed to be what the narrative is.
No, not at all. And let me remind you this, too. How did that 2-win streak start for the Dodgers in the series? Started with Yoshinobu Yamamoto,
That's
right?
correct.
So, like, again, it's not over yet. Yamamoto, I brought it up earlier, he's one of the reasons why you won a game. So you kind of need him, not going to lie, to throw 9 innings again. Like, actually, you need him to throw at least 8, because then you bring in Roki Sasaki, who's been a demon on the bump, and you got to find a way to scratch and claw off of Gotham, which they did in Game 1. Then they got to the bullpen. They added a couple more, but that's the recipe. And if you don't do that, your World Series is over. Now, do you think that they're going to win this game here today, Nick? I say they do, because of how good he's been and how deceiving he looks. Like, the way that Trey Savage made the Dodgers hitters look is what Yamamoto made us look. The Blue Jays on what was it, Saturday?
Dude, I'll be honest. Like, I've been sitting on this one too, and I think I give the utmost respect to Yamamoto. I'm starting to think the Blue Jays are just gonna win tomorrow. Because I mean, no, genuinely, it's just like what it comes down to for me is I just see zero life in that Dodgers offense other than Ohtani. But when you only have one guy in there, it's very easy to neutralize him. You know, if he hits a home run off of you in inning 1, well, then we're just going to walk him for the rest of the game, and that's just going to be what it is. But Mookie Betts is like an Andy Pages level of free out right now, and he bats third.
Yeah,
and
he needs to be dropped in the lineup. Honestly,
he needs to be fucking sitting.
I know.
It's
like he's better. He's still as good as the other guys in the bottom part of the lineup, but he needs to honestly be in the bottom part. If I'm Dave Roberts, like, I would honestly stack. I'd go Ohtani. I'd go Freddie, and then Teoscar. Like, you have to. Those are the only guys doing anything for you. Mookie's bad.
Again, like, I think that Yamamoto could end up going 9 innings, 1 earned run like he did, and the Dodgers might still lose because there's no life in that offense. Granted, he is incredible, and he is, like, the guy, and I do think that he embarrassed the ever-living crap out of the Blue Jays, but right now, if you're an LA Dodgers fan, I would be feeling like if we end up winning, and I say the Dodgers, if we end up winning the World Series, like, we lucked ourselves into this. Because up until this current juncture of time, like, the Toronto's been the better team.
We look at the stats. Better offensively and better pitching.
They've been the better team. I mean, I give the utmost respect to Yamamoto, and if you go on to win this World Series, I can assuredly 100% say that guy's the World Series MVP.
100%.
Because that would have meant
100%.
that he would have had to been, again, immaculate in the following game. But I don't have any faith in that offense to get it done.
Yeah. Like, I mean, hey, you're saying Jays in 6. That's remarkable. I'm saying we go to Game 7. And in that case, I mean, you got Tyler Glasnow due up for the Dodgers. And I think the Blue Jays they should have won that game. Let's be realistic. And how many times now you're asking Ohtani to give you another 9 on-base performance, right? Like, you're asking for that yet again. And I think the Blue Jays are going to be throwing out all the stops. They're going to put all the best pitchers out there, just like they did against the Mariners in the ALCS Game 7. I think this one's honestly, and again, I know there's still a chance, but I'd be heavily favoring the Blue Jays right now, like, more so than what the odds would say. And honestly, if they start underrating us again on sports betting books,
I'm going to double down.
We got to double down and bet on Blue Jays money line.
Yeah, but folks, let us know your thoughts about all this in the comments down below. If you are a Dodgers fan, how are you feeling about all this? Are you putting the blame on Dave Roberts? Are you putting the blame on the lineup? Are you putting the blame on the pitching? Because, I mean, the pitching's also not been actually as good as it should be. But let us know your thoughts down below. Please hit that like, smash that subscribe button. You have the option to hit the hype button too. Please hit that as well. And we will see you next time.
Cheers.